Welcome back to Fast Money. Take a look at Bitcoin going bananas over the weekend. The cryptocurrency topping 61,000 for the first time ever.
I just want to kick off with getting you to walk us through the benefits of investing at Bitcoin at this point, because I tend to think of this as like the bad boyfriend. It gets you extremely emotional. It's up, it's down. How do you play this?
Flory Marquez is a co-founder of BlockFi. Congratulations on all the money you've raised. What are you going to do with it, Flory? Michael Santoli. So will the injection of stimulus money drive more retail investors into the market? According to a new survey from Mizuho, 10% of stimulus checks may go toward Bitcoin and stocks.
Bitcoin pulling back today, but still up more than 90% this year. For more on the moves and what is next for the crypto space, let's bring in Meltem Demirors, Chief Strategy Officer at CoinShares. Meltem, always good to see you.
We have big plans for all of the capital that we raised. And to your point, we've grown exceptionally over the last 6 months.
Hadley, the important thing is that Bitcoin's heart is in the right place.
That's nearly 40 billion, says Mizuho, of the 380 billion of direct stimulus checks. Wait a minute.
So, there is always ups and downs in any relationship, but ultimately it's about horizons, it's about time perspective, and on whatever long-term scale you take a look at Bitcoin, it's outperforming any other asset.
What an exciting 3 days we've had in the Bitcoin ecosystem.
I'm sure it has been for all you Bitcoin ballers and watchers.
Well, we don't get to
there.
sleep. We don't get to sleep, Melissa. You get your weekends off. We were busy this weekend.
That's true.
And I don't see any reason why this trend should discontinue at this stage. The macroeconomic environment remains, with the printing machines working around the clock. There's a fight for scarce asset, and, everything is in Bitcoin favor still.
Over the last 2 months, we've had 50% month over month growth 2 months in a row. So the first thing that we're going to do with this capital is hire. We need more people to handle this growth and this demand, especially on client service. So we're focused on that.
Off the top of your head, what percentage of individuals with the average income of household income of $55,000, what percentage of those people own Bitcoin or stocks now?
Are there any big sort of catalysts that, a lot of people were saying the stimulus passing. Okay, the stimulus passed. Are there other big catalysts to point to bring Bitcoin to the next leg higher?
And I expect the growth to continue.
How on earth does it work? Do I put, not blockchain, do I put a cryptocurrency, a Bitcoin on deposit with you? I get a card. How does it work?
And the other one is really around derivatives market activity. There was a lot of activity over the last month or two. Markets are at all-time highs in terms of open interest. There was $23 billion of open interest on the Bitcoin side this weekend.
So it's very simple. And one thing that we try to do at BlockFi is to try to give you products that you know how to use that help you get introduced to crypto in a much simpler way.
All-time high, 7 billion in Ethereum. So in a lot of these markets, what we saw is a lot of leverage as people were expecting more activity around the stimulus checks, more retail trading over the weekend, which is a pattern we've seen since really the start of this year.
So the credit card works just like any other credit card that you have, like a Chase Sapphire or your Amex card. The only difference is instead of getting airline miles, which are not as useful today as they were a year ago, you're going to earn Bitcoin as rewards. So those assets will be available to you in your BlockFi account.
98% of the stocks in this country are owned by the top 10% of income earners. So I would think that 55, right. I don't mean to be aggressive here, but I'm just blown away by the idea that someone earning $55,000 a year, who presumably needs this money to pay for groceries and childcare and gasoline and housing, is going to put money into Bitcoin.
And you can choose to keep them there, to earn interest on them, or when you want, you can sell them, get some cash, and buy maybe more than a couple airline flights than you would have with just the miles. So what we're looking to do is just create products that are simple and easy to use and get people to own crypto using the products that they use every day.
Yeah, I imagine it widens your sort of the customer base. But here's the question. If you're extending credit based on an underlying security like Bitcoin, which as we know, Flory, is susceptible to wild price swings, isn't that a big risk for you and your company?
There are a lot of investors out there that are saying that the price gains that we're seeing in Bitcoin's being driven by speculation. You think that it will hit 100,000 by the end of the year. Explain the rationale behind that call on Bitcoin, which is currently sitting at 53,000.
Hey, I was very surprised as well.
So there's two separate products. The credit card is just like a typical credit card where we're going to be using traditional underwriting like a credit score. We also offer US dollar loans where people who have invested in crypto for some time, like let's say you're one of these new crypto billionaires, you can access liquidity without selling. So you can use your Bitcoin as collateral for a US dollar loan and borrow dollars as low as 4.5%.
Is a lot of activity on the weekends, and then typically Monday market open in Asia. We've seen sell-offs where Asian traders are taking profit on Mondays, which resulted in some of the drop-off we saw early this morning.
I know it's surprising, but it is what it is.
I made a call for $50,000 when Bitcoin was trading around $6,000. My rationale back then was the macroeconomic environment and the fact that Bitcoin is a better version of gold. And I made the case that if it only captured 10% of gold's total market cap, it would be at 50,000.
I'm going to go to our own in-house master of coin. That would be Brian Kelly. Forget about Zach Kirkhorn.
I see it go in the next 12 to 18 months to 100K for the simple reason that we are in the stage where this is predominantly still a institutionally driven rally. We haven't yet seen the retail come as strong as would be indicative of a top.
What do you make of this move? And you know, we were talking about GBTC and you're nodding your head. I mean, a lot of people were saying, oh, is this going to be an easy money if you buy when it's at that huge discount, which was, I think, 11% at the widest gap, and then sell when it returns to the normal premium.
And last but not least, Bitcoin has gotten to a stage where it's now an investable asset because it has reached the 1 trillion threshold, and there are a lot of entities, institutions, pension funds that are even not allowed to invest in anything that has a market cap below 1 trillion. So a lot of new players coming in, taking the lead from Elon Musk, MicroStrategy, and some of the guys that we have already seen entering crypto.
All right, Meltem, hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Melissa.
Meltem Demirors.
At 8.6%, I mean, if I could get 8.6% on my money, sign me up today. I guess I've got to get some Bitcoin first.